everyone, today is the part 2 of my updated perfume collection, and today we are going to look at my more niche scents and the ones that are harder to get, at least where I live. Also, we are going to have some wine or sparkling wine, because where I live we have a bank holiday. That means I don't have to work today. Cheers! Where are we going to start now? I will start with this one. So this is Dusita La Douceur de Siam. A lot of these were gifts, by the way, so this was a gift for my birthday this year. I just recently discovered this brand and I think it's great, and a lot of the perfumes are really good. This one, I would say, is an oriental floral. And the main thing I get from this perfume is rose. And I could do rose in all of the shades now and all of the shapes and sizes, because I basically love everything with rose recently. This one it's sort of like a skin scent though, even though I would classify it as oriental. It sits very close to the skin, is very cozy, very pleasant. It has some other florals. I would say it has a lot of yellow florals in it, also some spices, some woods. And the overall feeling I got from this one is that it smells like a rose hip tea, if you ever had that one, because it's also a little bit fruity. Yeah, very nice. I have to say though, and I'm sorry to say this, but when I tried it from the sample, I was blown away by how it smelled on my skin, and that was in the summer. Now when I wear it, it's still good. It's still really nice perfume, but it seems to me like it's lacking something, like a top notes. I don't know, I would put something more sparkling on top of this. And I don't know if this is just a different batch or if that's the problem with the seasons, that now we have a different humidity or whatever, and it just smells a little bit different on me. But as I said, it's still a really nice perfume. The next one that I wore in the summer, and I bought it this year, is L'Artisan's Œillet Sauvage, and this is a carnation perfume. And oh my god, this is so nice and sadly discontinued scent, so please bring it back. This contains carnations, lily, and carnation smells a little bit like clove, the spice. And this reminds me when I was a little girl and we had in our garden these small white carnations, and they smell so sweet, a little bit heady, florally, and a little bit like clove. But this scent is perfect for summer, even when it's really hot. You still don't feel sick, and it's just very unusual to have carnations in perfumes lately, and I'm really sad it's discontinued. And I don't know if I should even try to buy a backup bottle, because I'm afraid it would go bad. But really nice, white floral, oriental. Yeah, it has everything that I need. Now this next one, that was a bad decision. This is Zeromolecole Lalao. I have it for a long time, and it just has 3 notes basically: milk, sugar and vanilla. And I don't know, I wouldn't wear this out anymore, and I never did actually. As I said, it was a bad decision to buy it. It was an impulse buy. It's basically what it smells like. It's condensed milk. It is very sweet, almost to the point where it's cloying. I wear it when I go to sleep sometimes. It's comforting, yes, but it's not so interesting. I would put maybe more notes into that. Now, also the bottle is leaking, so I'm not satisfied with the quality of it. And as for the perfume, that's totally my fault, because yeah, it is what it is. I should think about it more before I bought it, and yeah, that's it. I can't even sell it because of the bottle. It's damaged, so I have to use it up now. Okay. Next one is my all-time favorite, and it's my business scent. It's from Chanel, and it's the 31 Rue Cambon. This is the old version. This is the EDT, and I need to get the EDP because I feel like I know that the top notes are off in this bottle, but it's so good, and it's unlike everything I have in my collection. So it's a woody chypre. So it has some floral notes, it has a lot of iris, but it also has patchouli. It feels like a little bit like a soil, like a dirty soil. It has, I suppose it has violet leaf, labdanum, woods, ilang ilang, yeah. But it's very unusual. It's not your typical sweet or floral women's perfume. Oh, it's so good. So good. Perfect for the office, but also when you just wear jeans and t-shirt. This is everything, yeah. And I have to buy the EDP, although this version had a lot of citrus in the top notes, which now I can't smell it because the top notes are off because I have it for the longest time. The new version unfortunately doesn't contain the citrus notes in the top, but it's still very good, and I'm going to buy it when I have the money for it. Next that I have is this Iris Poudre by Frederic Malle. Yeah, this also gone off basically because I have it for years. The base is still good, but I will not repurchase this because I've grown out of it. I'm sorry, I really love this scent, but I do smell a lot of vetiver in it, and it reminds me of cigarettes and basically how a smoker would smell, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not me. So apart from the vetiver, this has, of course, iris, hence the name, and aldehydes. And the aldehydes is what I love about this. It's very, apart from the cigarette thing, it's very clean, soapy scent that I love. But since I also own Chanel number 19, which is kind of similar to this, more green, I don't think I will need this in my future, and I will just use it up and not buy again. Okay, now this one is Baiser de Russie by Guerlain, and this was the first Christmas gift I got from my then boyfriend, now a fiance, and it's just a heavenly vanilla scent that is very unusual because it's not just a gourmand vanilla. Yes, it has notes of caramel and cranberries, but it also has this pine note and absinthe, so it's a little bit bitter and a little bit Christmassy even, but it's actually really nice for the summer as well. So you can wear this year round. I usually wear this when we go for dinner to our favorite restaurant, and yeah, I don't know if this was discontinued because I couldn't find it on Guerlain's website. If so, that would be a disaster because not a lot of people are talking about this smell, this scent, but it's really gorgeous. If you are a fan of vanilla like I am, I'm sure you should give it a try if you still can. Yeah, basically a nice Christmassy scent, good for all occasions and even in the summer, because the pine note and the absinthe note are really refreshing in the hot weather. Brilliant. Next one I have is Puredistance Antonia, and this is basically a white floral perfume with a green touch, because it has a note of galbanum and ivy in it, and therefore it's very unusual. It's beautiful. I often think about it as the most beautiful perfume I have in my collection, and at the same time there are some bad memories connected to this. It really reminds me of some bad time in my life, but I got rid of most of the perfumes from that era, yet I'm still keeping this because it is just so beautiful, so perfectly done. This is an extrait, so it's the strongest concentration, and you only really need 2-3 sprays and you're done for the whole day. And the florals in this are so beautiful, and I'm not a floral fan and I still love this so much, like white florals, rose, ylang maybe, probably, but jasmine, orange blossom, yeah, it's... But the touch of greenness in this is what makes it stand out from other perfumes, even niche, because this is not maybe a favorite category, but to me it's perfect. Okay, next we have Van Cleef and Arpels Rose Rouge. This reminds me, and I know this is not similar, but this reminds me of Angel and Angel Muse and all of its flankers. And I had Angel Muse. Since my last video, I sold the perfume because I was not wearing it. This is similar, but it has rose in it. Apart from the rose, it also has fruits like black currant, raspberry, and cocoa. So it smells a little bit like rose jam, chocolatey, patchouli. This is why it reminds me of Angel, because if it wasn't for the note of patchouli, I wouldn't be interested in it probably, but it's very nice. When I smell this out of the cap, out of the bottle, I'm not drawn to it, but when it gets to your skin, it really developed so nicely. And again, rose. I'm a rose fan lately. I'm on a rose kick. So yeah, give me all the roses. Even though it is expensive, I was able to find it for a cheaper price online, and I think for that money, it's really good quality perfume. I oversprayed it last time I wore it, and I was really sorry that I did, because it's really strong. But because I'm using all of my mainstream designer scents that you need to put 10 sprays, then I just put 10 sprays of this, and I was really sorry that I did it. The next one is Penhaligon's Luna, and this was recommended to me by another fraghead and YouTuber when we met in Cambridge several years ago, and it was love at first sniff, and I still love it so much. It's another rose scent, but this one is very, very fresh, and yeah, oh my god. This has a fir note, if I'm not mistaken, and juniper berries, and a lot of citrus, like a lemon and bergamot and the rose. And it's a different take on rose. Very, very fresh. I wore this the whole summer, and as you can see, it's a couple of years that I have it, but I still reached for that a lot. Oh my god, I think it could be unisex as well, because there's nothing overly feminine about it because of the juniper berries and the fir note. The rose in this is very fresh and airy and green. I would classify this as a floral green perfume. Beautiful. Next is Phaedon Antigua. I have this for several years as well. This is a fruity chypre. This has notes of fig leaf, citron, lemon, and all of the Hesperidic notes. And there is some oak moss, which gives it the chypre quality. On top of that, there is a tropical note, which they say is guava. I would say I smell more of a passion fruit or even mango. Very fresh, good for summer, spring and summer, but it's not the typical fresh thing. It has longevity due to its chypre nature. I'm very satisfied with this. Yeah, I would repurchase it if I eventually reach the bottom of this bottle. And I think it's unisex as well. Men can wear it, no problem. It has some woody notes as well. Yeah, very good. Next one that I have since this year is Ormonde Jayne Taif. Not a friend of the cap. As you can see, it doesn't sit tightly on the bottle, but the smell is just another rose one and very different from what I have in my collection. And my mom also liked this, so we bought this for her birthday this year. It's a woody rose. So it has notes of wood, for sure, a rose, saffron, and dates. And the dates are making this just a tiny little bit sweet. And this evokes another memory for me, because this is how one drawer in my parents' living room smelled like, because they had all of these pencils in it and maybe some frankincense or something that they burned during Christmas, some rose smell, and it's just so nice. It is an oriental, but it's not dense. This doesn't have the ambery base as we are used to, that I hate. I just hate amber. I'm sorry, but I wish I could. Wow, there's a helicopter. Hope everything is okay. This is not a thick ambery based perfume, and I wish I could stand amber, but I can't. I just hate it. This doesn't have that base. It's woody, but it's not thick and syrupy. It's basically a really airy rose with saffron and some spices and wood in the base. Yeah. Okay. Next we have Amouage Dia. Also my favorite perfume that I have, I would say maybe even 7 years. It's still in a great condition, and it is very hard for me to describe because this is very feminine. It has aldehydes. It has some fruity notes. It's almost like a fuzzy peach, and it has a lot of florals in it. Rose, some oriental florals, musk. To me, this is a very elegant and soapy smell, but a lot of people told me that it is very sexy. I don't get it at all. To me, it's like very clean, yet with an oriental background, because it's still an amouage. The bottle is just gorgeous. I wish I could collect more from Amouage, but there's nothing that I want to put so much money on. I like the tuberose love tuberose. I would consider to buy it if I find it for cheaper, but this one is unlike anything I own. I wish there would be more perfumes with aldehydes. Unfortunately, they are not, but Maybe this is a little bit more old-fashioned, but it's a classic and I would wear it in the winter, and I'm really looking forward to that. Then I have Ninfeo Mio by Annick Goutal, and this is also very unusual. I don't know if it's my favorite, but if you have the summer heat and it's like 35 to 40 degrees, this one is the only thing that gives me any kind of refreshment, because it's bitter, it's citrusy, it's woody, but how I think about it is it's like a steamed nettles, and yeah, nettles, the green things that are burning you if you touch it. That sounds horrible, but believe me, the perfume is actually really refreshing in the hot climate. So it also contains fig leaf, so it's a little bit milky. It has all of the citruses, and I think there's galbanum in it that gives it the little screechy green touch. Very fresh and very, very unisex. Actually, my fiance was wearing that when we were in Croatia this summer. I'm not a fan of overly citrus fragrances, but this one, due to the green touch, I think belongs to my collection. And the last one is Mon Parfum Gold by M.Micallef. And I don't know why I was not wearing this last winter and the winter before, but I would actually say it's perfect for very cold temperature weather. I still cannot say what's in it. When you look on Fragrantica, there are some notes, but then on the website there are different notes, and I can't relate to either. To me, this is a smoky vanilla with some white florals and maybe ylang ylang. Definitely it has incense and vanilla, so that makes it quite oriental, not the typical gourmand vanilla, although it still has some touch of edible. The bottle is just gorgeous. One of my favorites. Another one that you can only do 3 sprays and you are good for the whole day, which is something I like considering that it's not cheap. It has a little bit of powderiness in it. I hope I will use it more this coming winter because it deserves it. It's gorgeous. So that's it. I have to say, I have a lot of perfume in my wish list. I know that I'm getting one for this Christmas, and I don't want to tell you now what it is, because I hope I will do a video afterwards. I have like 5 other perfumes, niche perfumes in my wish list, and hopefully I can get maybe 1 or 2 for Christmas as well. And then I'm going to tell you about it. And yeah, I hope you are all okay and in good health. And if you are sick, then I hope you will be okay as soon as possible. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.